Good morning. Welcome to 50 Questions Friday for February 6th of 2026. Good to see everybody here this morning. Happy February. Transformative month as usual. So let's see. Have a couple of announcements. We just concluded our sale here just a minute ago on the silver for Valentine's Day. And now we have two sales going on right now. One is on the wisdom rings. The wisdom rings are 16% off right now. Um, Pretty dang good price. So these heavier duty wisdom rings, they're in a 3-inch to fit most female wrists. And then we have a 3.5-inch, which fits my wrist. So both of those are on sale for 16% off here for the weekend. Really a fantastic ring. I mean, we sure promote them as assisting with, the dark night of the soul stuff. Still smudging this morning. And then, the wisdom rings can be used for electromagnetics. They can be used for charging water. It's a versatile ring. And it's nice. That thicker gauge, 10 gauge light twist ring really is a nice ring. So anyway, 16% off on those this weekend. And we are giving away water rings this weekend. Buy two, get one free. So yeah, we're basically paying you to take the water rings. But, we'd really love to see more water rings out into the world. I mean, the 3.25-inch water rings are a versatile ring. You can put it on your Wi-Fi router, on your electrical panel, on your hot water heater, your incoming water lines. And again, with your incoming water lines, we suggest, and just pretend that these are the water rings, but basically you would just place them about this far apart and put like at least three to five along your incoming water line. And that's pretty amazing. So if you have an incoming water line that you have access to, you can certainly put 3 to 5 of these and more just spaced out on your incoming line. And then, of course, the water ring's great for reverse osmosis, for your containers, for your personal container. You can put it in your refrigerator on top of a larger gallon of water. So the water rings, again, are pretty versatile. And the reason that we're giving these away is, again, it's nice to just have rings lying around. Mary at our work, she's finally here over the past few months started to take home a lot of the older rings and just has them everywhere in her house. And she's like, man, I don't know why I didn't do this years ago. She'll put one on her altar with her crystals, with the water, with plants, with medicine. They're great water rings for everything. All right, going to check in. Hey, John from Mexico. Glad you're here today. Hey, Renard. Well, good morning, love. Well, hey there, Samson. Good to see ya. Fantastic Friday indeed. Yeah, the supercharged pipeline. I tell you, having those water rings around are pretty phenomenal. Hey, Malit. Good to see ya. Well, so anyway, that's the two announcements. Lucas is in working on the Taurus pendant, so I didn't get very far last week. I had him too busy, so I am hoping that Lucas gets some Taurus pendants here for us today. Oh man, yeah, it's just getting lighter and lighter out there, literally and figuratively, for sure. All right, so let's see what else. The threshold wands, man, I tell you, I've been just wearing mine on my shirt. That's the only thing I've been wearing for the past few weeks. Oh, yay, Renard. I'm glad you finally got the Silver Alchemist trio. That's a grand pendant. Um, yeah, these wands really are something else. Um, Gosh, I was going to talk something about them. Oh, yeah. So last week, somebody asked me about the difference between this and the Master's Wand. So after sitting with that for a little bit longer, I just wanted to expound a little bit on the difference between the Threshold Wand and the Master's Wand. So truly, the Master's Wand has everything in it, all the potentials. So the Master's Wand and, some of those new energies, they're expansive, they're bright, they're flowing, they're light. Um, Especially if you can tune into that field. Um, but where the Master's Wand, you can totally access everything from the Master's Wand. But what the Threshold Wand does is it does carry that energetics of the Master's Wand, but it is also, there's more energetic structure to it, more different intent and flow. Again, the Threshold Wand is more about uncovering what's hidden from you. And it really is geared towards doing that deeper release, but with a lot of grace and ease. Um, so anyway, the Threshold Wand is fairly much the same as the Master's Wand. It just has more potential for that deeper hidden release work. Um, so anyway, that's kind of another difference between the Threshold and the Alchemist, or the Threshold and the Master's Wand. All right, so I have nothing else. So if you guys have any questions, the silver water rings transform the water in my water vessel. I haven't had to clean out my copper water bottle since placing the silver water ring in it. It's phenomenal. Yeah, I tell you, those silver water rings are pretty amazing. And dang it, we just oversold on them. So we don't have any in stock at the moment, but I'll get some more silver ordered here next week and get some of those in stock again. Because yeah, the silver water rings are pretty flipping amazing. Especially when you can get them right within the water. Having them direct contact with the water is, to me, that's next level. Um, so let's see. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. We're just kind of plugging away here at the studio. It's been a rough little while. I'm actually gonna go get my gallbladder taken out here in a few days because, yeah, it's lived its life, man. I've had a few experiences with the gallbladder over the years, and it's so full of stones now. There's no saving the thing. So yeah, I'll get with the freaking rest of the crowd and have it out. So anyway, it's been good. It's made me change my diet and perspectives, and it's bringing a lot healthier habits and lifestyle and diet change, man. So anyway, um, so it is grand here. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, I have nothing. Um, so if anybody has any questions or any subjects they want to chat about, otherwise, we may just call it a Friday. And I'm sure we'll be here next Friday as well. Um, yeah, so just letting things fall into place. Studio's kind of a little bit in a struggle mode at the moment, but it's everything's just shaking and moving and changing, and we're just flowing with it because you gotta flow with the change. Um, Curious about this deep dive into gravity this season. Well, Um, yeah, that whole concept of gravity, where you focus on things and you worry about things and it brings them closer into your field. That's why, when we do the work, it's like you see it, you recognize it, and you let it go. You don't sit there and worry and fret and bring it closer into manifestation. Um, so that's been gravity. What you focus on brings it in. But yeah, there is a shift in this metaphysical gravity that has taken place. And basically, it's allowing the expansion as well. So gravity flows both ways. So basically, what that's saying is, in the metaphysical standpoint, is where if you'd even look at something sideways, it would bring it in a little bit closer. But this, it's just allowing with your light, presence, with your presence, it is allowing things to move further out of your field and awareness. Those things that don't bring you joy, don't serve you, that your light knows that you're not truly calling for. There might be wounded aspects that are calling for it. Again, the threshold wand is phenomenal for working with those aspects. It helps find and clear the aspects. I tell you, Heather here, well, I've witnessed a couple of really deeply entrenched aspects of her being turn into freaking sparkle light, man. It goes to wisdom. And I've witnessed two huge shifts with that, with her. Just being present with the wand. So yeah, presence. You really don't have to worry about, and that's like with Heather, she didn't have to do work. It's just presence and awareness. Presence and awareness onto an aspect that would help manifest things that no longer bring you joy or you feel don't serve you. And when you can find those parts of you that enjoy the suffering, want to participate in the drama, things like that, or that carry the guilt and the shame and just the old stuff, the threshold wand helps to uncover those aspects. Yeah, things have been dark. Anyone else deep diving? Maybe just hard-headed versus lighthearted. Yeah, energetically, it's been intense across the board. The past few weeks, a lot of people going through a lot of things. There's a lot of sickness. There's a lot of things coming up. It's like I've energetically put my foot down and really started allowing, even though at times I'm fighting myself. It's like my tolerance for BS has hit the 0 point. Yeah, and that really is it. Being aware of really what's happening in your life, putting that metaphysical foot down and saying no more. That's the role that the human plays in all of this. The human doesn't do the fixing or healing or bringing things to wisdom. That's your light. That's your soul. But the human's job is to be aware and put your foot down and say no more. And then things start to change when you truly are like, damn it, no more. Yeah, the drama was fun for the last 6 months. I understand, there's excitement, there's some weird pleasure in participating in the drama. I totally understand. Feeling the grand cosmic theater now. I can enjoy the show, and when I'm done, walk away. And that's it. And you'll notice that too, as you're moving through this, everybody and everything, that you might note that you might hit an entanglement, but you're able to step out of it quicker. you're in the entanglement, but you're like not really present in it. You're like kind of watching from the sidelines. You're like, hey, what the heck is going on here? And you're like, nah, no more. You know, um, Threshold wand is the grandest way to transmute the self-defeating aspects. Yeah, the threshold wand has been grand for clearing those self-defeating aspects. And you, as I'll always say, you truly do not need any tools to go through all of this. It's just being in the heart space, being present, and say no more. But the tools are grand space holders, and they do bring things with a lot more quickness, grace, and ease. Um, the threshold wand arrived for me today. Awesome energy. Love it. Thank you. Greetings from Germany. Hey, Martin. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't even really actively use mine at all anymore. Every once in a while, I run energy, but to me, this one is almost a little potent on working with the bile ducts and such. Stick to my Danburite crystals for working with opening ducts and moving energy within that whole system. Um, but this one I still use to, I think the other night I might have broke up some stones because, man, I think I ran some stones through the other night. Um, Actually, I had no idea. I was able to feel them when they plug, and I was able to use the crystal and just move through. But before that, right before that, I was actually using the wand a lot on the gallbladder. I was just trying to bring light into it, but you never know. I have a feeling that I could totally dissolve these freaking stones and keep this thing, but I don't know. It's been a dance for too long. I think I'm just about done. Um, Curious about the heart space now because it's like I forgot how to be fully in my heart for the shadow season, and now everything feels a lot brighter and lighter. The nature of gravity and levity. Yes. So, the heart space will change. It does. The heart space changes where you find it, what it is, where it's at. Usually you can find it in a physical location inside or right outside the body. Brenda's for a while was just right outside the body in front of her. I mean, it'll move. And to me, what I felt for the past several months, especially when it first started, was I am my heart space. It's like it's more than just a single location within the body. It's almost like you are the heart space. Beautiful. I can feel a lot of you feeling that. Um, so yeah, your heart space will change. Um, and it's a grand thing. So yeah, for me, that's what I feel about mine is it is just it's a part of my being now. It's not a central location within the heart. Um, but yeah, a lot going on. Things are moving so fast in this world. Eat more veggies and mushrooms, avocado oil. Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely keep the shrooms out. I only like those for the side effects and not as much anymore. Not a favorite food item, but yeah, definitely have changed the diet a lot, and it's been fairly grand. But yeah, you can definitely tell when you don't eat right. The sweet potatoes were on the good list for the gallbladder, but holy shit, that about killed me the other night. So I'm sticking with trust in my body, and my body knows as soon as I pick something up, oh, nope, not touching that. So yeah, I trust my body. Hey, happy homesteaders. All right. Well, I'm not sure if we got anything else here. Nothing else new coming out. But yeah, check out those sales on the wisdom rings, the 16% off over the weekend. We got a lot of these. It's been our busy work. I make these to keep Mike busy because they take him longer than some of the other rings. So these ones are very well fine polished and can hardly find the welds on these things. So anyway, wisdom rings, pretty fantastic, especially at 16% off. And of course, again, the buy one, get one free on the 3¼ inch water rings. And again, they are, we're giving them away. We're actually paying you to take the water rings from us. But again, I feel it's very beneficial just to have multiple rings around your house that you can use for everywhere and everything. Um, with so much light coming in, it makes sense when we illuminate our shadows that there could be a reaction. Well, and it's definitely true with the old perception of dark and light. When you bring light into the dark room, the dark scatters and there's some chaos and such. I really feel like the newer light that is coming through doesn't cause as much chaos. It's more, it doesn't come in with agenda of fighting the dark and causing the dark to be on the defensive. It comes in loving presence, and the dark just willingly opens up, especially your dark. But yeah, there's some parts of your dark that do not like you. And those are the aspects that we talk about: the light aspects, the gray aspects, and the dark aspects. And yeah, the dark aspects are kind of assholes, and they want power and control. They want to be able to be here creating in your reality. It's God, so I've seen forever. Again, I'll go back to the first time that I found a dark aspect of myself, and that was in 2020. Every time I got on my motorcycle, I would see myself rolling across the highway, my daughter standing there mourning my death. And for 2 weeks that went on. And finally, I called my sister. What's going on? I know I've done work with ego mind. I shouldn't be doing this. And it's not a great grand, hey, this is going to happen, so just be safe. No, I was projecting fear into my reality. And as soon as we found it, it's all it took was just bringing light and awareness to it. Turn to wisdom. Done, healed, completed. And yeah, so finding those dark aspects within your being is really it's a big deal, because again, that's really truly the only job the human has in this whole thing, is to be aware, recognize, and say, hey, I see you. Here's my light. Here's our light. Not taking no for an answer, not taking your shit. It's time. You don't have to coddle and be nice to those parts. You put your foot down and say no more. So, how far out do the tensor rings change things on each side? So a tensor ring, it'll go for miles. This column of light. So this column of light will go for miles, and it depends on the specific energetics of the rings. Like the golden light carries the furthest for any of the current energies that we create right now. The golden light's the furthest. The wisdom would be like the second furthest. And then the light field energetics would create a smaller beam, but that's only being measured in this physical plane of how far that light goes. But the quality of the light, that's the thing. And that's what sets our tools apart from all other tools being created, is the quality of the light that goes within there. Because I admit, a lot of my older tools had a lot of agenda in them, a lot of projections, a lot of, oh, this is the way it is, and we got to clear this. That's not true of all the new tools. The new tools, mm, even like the threshold wand, it's not like there's a lot of agenda in here, but there is. I see it as like energetic structures. It's like it's helping to flow the energies in certain ways. So anyway, stepping back to how far the rings go for miles. In the Slim Sperling books, he always talks about using the larger 3.5-inch cubic rings, like the 24-inch rings, and wrestling tornadoes that he could see. You could see tornadoes, and he would hold it up and he'd grab it and he would steer the tornado with the ring. So I mean, they will extend quite a ways. What's the most graceful way to utilize the wands, especially the dragon wand? I feel even when I'm wearing passively, everything around me shifts the more unattached I am. And that's truly it, is that with the wands, a passive use is really, it's a grand way to use the tools. I mean, the dragon wands, yeah, I've always pretty much used those as a passive use, always having them on my person or motorcycle or, with me. Because yeah, just being in that field, especially with the threshold wand, because there's just something about this field that brings a lot more grace, ease, and simplicity to the work that you do. So yeah, I mean, and the nice thing about the wands is that you can actively use them and you can passively use them. So, I do both with them, but to me, it's more of a passive use for sure. I recently discovered that when using a gold-plated silver chain with the key pendant, it shifted the potential and potency. Or could that be that I shifted the key? Maybe it's both, yes. So, yeah, I'm not sure what to say about that with that gold-plated silver chain. It does utilizing the properties of the metals, certainly that can, you know, bring different energies into the fields, the energetics of the metals. So that certainly could be it. I have a feeling that the things that are gold just makes a smoother, cleaner flow within the ring. So, I feel like if you had a solid gold ring, because the flow is actually contained within the boundaries of the copper. I mean, it expands out of there, yes, but the actual flow within the ring pretty much stays within the physical boundaries of the copper. And so if you used a gold ring, it would just make it faster, it would make it cleaner. And that's why with silver, that when you use silver in place of the copper, it's just a cleaner, crisper feel because of the way that the flow comes within the physical ring. So, I think that certainly you could have some different shifts and energetics coming through with the gold plated silver. But, I feel like the true magic would be in a solid gold ring that could then speed up the entire flow and bring a different quality to that flow, which then creates the output, the column of light out of the ring. So, yeah, gold would be a fun one to play with. Oh gosh, yes. And the silver, because the silver just went up. I've had a couple of people reach out and say, "Hey, your silver rings were 36 and now they're 44." Well, yeah, well, maybe they were 30, now they're 44. Holy crap, yeah. We just had to order new silver chains yesterday for to complete orders. And when we did, we were like, holy crap, silver chains about doubled in price. So yes, we had to reflect that onto our pricing, the silver chains. So anyway, yeah, all of our silver is going to go up in price here because because silver has gone up in price. So we should have probably done that before our big Valentine's Day sale, but we've all been having things going on, and it's it's been quite a juggle to run a business and function. So anyway, yeah, look for the silver tools on the website. Those prices will be going up. Um, so anyway, yeah, get your water rings this weekend. Gift them out. So I think they're like what 30 or 30. I think they're like $33 a piece, and so you end up saving, quite a bit on each of those rings. Again, we're basically paying you to take them, so please do accept them if you can, because yeah, we just want to see as many of these tools out in the world as possible. All right, well, I guess that's all for today then. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate the support, and we'll maybe do some playing here in the future and do some things. Um, but for now, all right. Hey, thank you, Stephanie. Hey, thanks, Dr. Dream. All right. Well, it is so nice to have some of my bestest friends here. So thank you guys for being here. All right. Hey, thanks, John. Hey, take care, you guys. We'll see you next week.